Welcome to our Metal Reactions channel. I'm Brad.
I'm Alena.
We've been having a great time taking a journey through metal with you and each other.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to support us, you can do so on Patreon.
It's €1 and will help us to put out more frequent and better quality videos. You can find the link in the description below. So we are back to some more Jinjer. We had a vote on Patreon and the winning song was Teacher Teacher. We have a playlist running with other Jinjer songs. We've done Pisces, Perennial, Bad Water, and I Speak Astronomy. So you can go watch them in order from the playlist if you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's hear it.
My hand took me and placed me in front of a glass. She gave me hint I was the glow of the mass. I'm in the middle of the holy of holies. I have no worries. I saw the icons on the wall. I saw needles and stones. So she put a paper bag on my hand. She pointed finger at me and then she said, dear Lord, forgive me as I'm slapping this sinful child. By your head I'm led, so I will show what is wrong and what is right. Choose your head because I'm merciful. Put your knuckles on the table, in my friends, Pharaoh will punish you. Teachers may be fools too.
It's intense. But it's kind of cool. I like all those like combination of different voices that she does for supposedly different people in the story. I do like this. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of a chorus. This part like about when the prejudice let us down and that kind of stuff. The melody there was interesting. To my liking. It was like more harmonious than the rest of it.
Yeah, this part where it gets quite involved. Like there's no real melody. It's just like destruction.
And then the drumming is intense. I don't know. I like how it was synchronized to this view of the fans jamming there. It's kind of the same emotion, I suppose. Yeah, but in the beginning it was like boom. A bit of a shocking thing.
Lost chalked on a blackboard can be erased until it gets walls are red in every mouth. I am a bad example of order. This life is not a prison, and you are not the warden. Please, teacher, teacher, leave us alone, as we accept my lessons from now on. When the prejudice let us down, wasted from beyond our ground. Don't let the school make a fool of you, because the teachers make the fools too. When the prejudice let us down, wasted from beyond our ground. Don't let the school make a fool of you. Your idol scream to me, throwing shame on my face as I turn away from infamy and disgrace. I smile to you, 'cause I want you to see how I break the rules in front of your Trinity. You scream to me, throwing shame on my face as I turn away from infamy and disgrace. Oh, I smile to you, I smile to you, I smile to you.
False ending.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. To be honest, I quite like it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I like the melody, and actually, I haven't heard this voice before when she does sort of. It's not singing, but it's kind of a like talking. Like I can't call it rapping, but it's more like saying in a loud voice. I do like this part. So it's new compared to other songs.
Okay.
And I do like the melodic parts. Yeah, and I mean there were many melodies there, like when it just pauses and then goes another direction and then pauses and then another direction. That was interesting. Yeah. I can't say much about the instrumentals because it was just so intense. Yeah, why do you like this song?
To put into words is tough. It's well, all music in general, really. It's just a feeling. You know, I don't really have like the vocabulary to explain instrumentals in that kind of way. Honestly, it just sounds good.
Okay.
The contrast.
Fair enough.
The contrast is nice. Like I wouldn't want a song that only has those light parts. I can definitely do songs that only do the destruction, but it's nice when it has that balance because like contrast accentuates both sides. Like the beautiful is more beautiful because of the heavy and ugly, and then the heavy and ugly is like more powerful. And I say ugly. I mean I really like that stuff. But that's also more powerful because of the beautiful light clean stuff. So contrast in music in general I think works really well, and Jinjer do contrast really well. Well, because of her inherent vocal ability, but also just instrumentally they change it up with sheer destruction and light and beautiful.
Okay, fine.
Was that some more words at least?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, lyrically?
Well, lyrically, the song reminds me the Pink Floyd one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
The teacher.
Yeah. So, especially at the beginning, like the scene about a person sitting in front of the class. I remember this scene from, I think it was the Wall movie, when the teacher reads out loud the kid's like poem and then shames him for trying.
The one line in particular always reminds me. I think it's the "Please teacher, leave us alone." Like even like the timing and like the way it's delivered is also very reminiscent of Pink Floyd there.
Yeah, I noticed that there are like many places where the word is just repeated 2 times. I don't actually know why. So if there is a particular reason, I guess I would like to know.
I think maybe because it's like like when you're addressing the teacher. Like if I think of sort of caricatures of a child addressing a teacher, it'd be like teacher. Like that's how a small child would talk to a teacher. They would sometimes say it twice. That's what comes to mind, at least for me.
But it's not only teacher. Like there's several times like slapping, mercy. And yeah, that's on the surface what I see right away.
Yeah, that does repeat a few times. I wonder if it's just to get the syllables in. Like, you need to fill space so that the music structure makes sense. But
no, come on.
You can do it in a clever way.
Surely there should be some reason. Like show. Yeah, there's another one like show.
Maybe there's more there that I'm not seeing. Could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole song is just telling the story about a student and teacher, I suppose. I know it seems like it's a bit of a personal story to me. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, but there's like this. It seems that the teacher is not just like a regular teacher. It's basically kind of a. Seems everything is happening in some kind of Catholic school or like Christian school or whatever, where the nuns are teaching the kids. That's actually like it's quite. It's not the only song where it's happening, but I obviously don't remember on top of my head other songs where it was also like a student addressing the religious leader or something. Yeah, so basically I suppose the student did something wrong or like against the rules, and the teacher tries to punish by like I don't know, punishing in front of the class. So and then it just there's this line about that all of this is imaginary. So maybe it's all happening not literally. So possibly, well, it might have happened in the past, but maybe it's just a memory of it. But you know how the things that we sort of learn in the childhood, they stay with us in the adulthood, and probably like this voice in the back of our head still judging every time we do something against those rules. And then like this grown-up student tries to break free from those rules and defies them in all ways possible. And basically says, see how I'm breaking that and becoming a free person, something like that, I suppose. Well, it seems like it's all against like this teaching that life should be, a tough burden, that we should suffer in order to be a good person or something like that. Actually, I think like in my background, I think it's kind of in line with the like the mind, what is the mindset of the society that I grew in, that if you want to be a good person, and it's not necessarily like religious teaching, it's just that you have to suffer. If you're a good person, you will have to like suffer in life, and everything good should be you are only able to obtain through like lots of work, lots of punishment, lots of pain, and if you get it somehow like without it, then probably you did something wrong. I think I'm going a little bit astray from the song itself.
No,
but
I think it's right on.
Yeah,
right on point.
But it's sort of this this notion that being happy is against the rules, that you're not allowed to enjoy your life because then you're probably doing something wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's quite a straightforward song, like spot on. I think it is quite clearly a direct reflection on her childhood growing up in what's probably a Catholic school system, or at least some sort of Christian school system. I also noted that point you said, so I actually highlighted it here for myself while you were speaking. So she says, my paper bag slipped down on the floor. She'd had a paper bag over her head while she was being slapped. So my paper bag slipped down on the floor. I took a look around. There was no sanctuary. Desks empty. The school was all imaginary. So completely agree with you. This is, I think, then the adult manifestation of like the same baggage being brought with her, and the things that were instilled in her as a child are still probably holding her back now. She has the same scarring from these situations. So I think that's probably the only maybe slightly hidden part, hidden messaging within the song. But the rest I agree. Like also, I mean, I grew up in a Catholic school system, and I mean, like religion has its pros and its cons. I mean, there's certainly many good things about religion, but then also there's things I disagree with religion, especially in the context of like old school Catholic thinking. You know, there's certainly issues that I don't agree with. You know, church especially, or conservative church views on things. So I can relate to that. The other thing though, I think this song also transfers outside of just a teacher schooling context, because it's effectively talking about leaders, where leaders are trying to lead the way, but the leaders are the fools anyway. So you know that could just as easily be applied to like a presidential context, or you know like the governing of countries or societies or organizations or whatever the case may be. And if you look at present day, I mean, you know, coronavirus outbreak, but even without that, I think there's many examples around the world right now where leadership is leading the way, but the leadership are fools and just doing completely the wrong thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it can definitely be transferred in that context, and it's just sort of this cry to people to think with their own mind, and to not let the prejudice cloud their thinking and cloud their freedom of thought.
Yeah.
And to be firm, like here we stand firmly on our ground. Yeah. To be firm in their judgments, and to not. Basically, it's just saying not to trust blindly authority. I think, because just because it's authority doesn't mean it has all the right answers. And you still have to question it, and you still have to like think for yourself and decide what's best for you.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I think it's a good song. It's like an anthem.
Okay. Anything else to add?
No, I did enjoy it.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Okay, cool. Making progress.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you for watching.